Now, the US-Israeli war on Iran has steered focus away from the Ukrainian front lines to the chaos in West Asia. But in an effort to revive stalled peace talks and end the war in Ukraine, President Volodymyr Zelensky has sent a delegation to Miami, hoping to get peace talks back on track. Bilateral talks between the US and Ukraine are taking place. The Ukrainian delegation, it's being led by the country's National Security and Defense Council Secretary, Rustam Umerov. Meanwhile, the American side is being represented by Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. The first round of negotiations were held on Saturday. They saw discussions centered on security agreements, particularly regarding air defense. The second round of talks focuses on preparations for future trilateral talks, sanctions against Russia, and further security guarantees. A US-Ukraine agreement on drone production has also been touted.
The teams will continue to communicate tomorrow. And the most important thing is to understand how much the Russian side is ready to go to the real end of the war and how much they are ready to do it honestly and with dignity. Especially now when geopolitical problems have only increased due to the Iranian situation.
Now, the talks were initially planned to include Russian negotiators and take place in Abu Dhabi. However, the trilateral meeting in the UAE was postponed after the US and Israel, they launched their war on Iran. Despite the US being at war, Zelensky has argued that the talks must go on. Meanwhile, the Kremlin also expressed concern about the situational pause in negotiations, saying it could risk evaporating progress. Zelensky's push for talks also comes after the US revoked sanctions on Russian oil. Zelensky believes that the waiver could be detrimental to Ukraine. The suspension is intended to bring down the energy prices that have soared because of the US-Israeli war on Iran. Now, even as the talks between the US and Ukraine are taking place in Miami, the Russian Defense Ministry says its forces have taken control of Potapivka village in Ukraine's northern Sumy region. The Russian army has been trying to establish a buffer zone in the Sumy region for months now through small localized attacks. Meanwhile, an attack on Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia on Saturday, it killed a couple and wounded their 2 children.
In Zaporizhzhia, repair works are also ongoing after a strike on an energy facility, and supply is expected to be restored. There were strikes in the Sumy region, the Dnipro region, Donetsk region, and our Kharkiv region. Wherever needed, units of the State Emergency Service of Ukraine, emergency and repair crews, and municipal services are operating. Everyone is working.